This is a travel journal of 3 popular virtual gaming worlds: Minecraft, Second Life, and RoBlox. I chose these 3 virtual worlds to compare them and to determine which ones were the easiest to use and which were the best sites for children. The first stop on my virtual journey was the world of Minecraft. My children have been playing Minecraft for months, so with their help I ventured into this complicated game. In Minecraft, there are single player and multiplayer versions to choose from. I began my journey with the single player version of the game. When I chose the multiplayer version, I came across some connection issues. As you can see here, I could not get past the scanning for games on your local network screen. Therefore, I chose the single player version instead, which was quite an experience. In getting started with a single player game, you are taken to a menu screen where you can choose the type of world you enter. I chose the easiest level on the default mode to start. Then I clicked on the Create New World tab. The single player version of the game has 2 modes to choose from: Creative and Survival mode. I chose the Survival mode, which was packed with adventure, creativity, and problem solving opportunities. In Survival mode, you need to collect supplies to build your shelter, and here is a picture of me chopping down trees to collect wood. Your inventory box keeps track of supplies you collect. Collecting supplies is tedious and extremely time consuming, but definitely interesting. After you collect your supplies, you're ready to begin building. Here's a picture of the crafting box, which is used to turn your wood and other materials into tools you can use to create structures in the game. During my adventure in Minecraft, there were plenty of challenges. For example, it rains, it gets dark as nighttime approaches, and it becomes very difficult to see. You will also encounter villagers and animals along the way. Here, I came across a village, and in the single player game, they ignored me. But in multiplayer, you can talk with these villagers, and the animals were cute, but could also be collected for food or supplies. My observations of Minecraft are mostly positive. It was a great virtual world for children. There is an educational aspect to the game in terms of creativity and problem-solving skills. However, some problems I encountered on my journey were connection issues with the multiplayer version of the game, and it was frustrating and extremely time-consuming for a beginner to learn how to create, and there is a fee of $26 to download it on your PC. My next stop was Second Life. As you can see here, this is my avatar that I created, and my name was Media Girl 14. It was easy to move around Second Life, and as you can see here, there were several different ways to do that. The most fun and enjoyable for me was flying. You could also teleport yourself quickly from one world to the next with just the click of a mouse. There were several tutorial worlds within Second Life, and I enjoyed this feature. It was nice to have the tutorials built into the game instead of having to go to YouTube to watch videos each time I wanted to learn something new. This was definitely a plus for a new user like me. Meeting people in Second Life was simple. It happened almost immediately. In each new world I traveled to, a new avatar greeted me in seconds. Most were eager to help and answered several of my questions about how to play. However, I did notice that most of the avatars I encountered were dressed very provocatively and sometimes weren't dressed at all. This was the first thing I noticed as a new user and therefore would not recommend this site for children. There was so much to do in Second Life, you really could spend a lifetime exploring this game. I chose a few different worlds to explore, starting with one called I Love the 80s. As you can see at the top of the screen, the rating system for the maturity levels of each world. Upon teleporting into the world, you automatically start hearing the blaring 80s music. I heard some great songs from Phil Collins, and that was fun. You could spend time in the dance club or just relax sitting on a beach. It really was just like a Second Life online. Serenity Falls was the next world I traveled to, and it was a beautiful place where people have built entire villages. I noticed here that there were opportunities to make money while playing. To purchase or lease homes in this world, you can spend real money in order to do this. Again, interesting to me that people spend money to build in a virtual world. While exploring, I found some educational worlds as well. I found that USF Medical School had a world in Second Life, and I also found an art museum. However, my overall impression of Second Life was one of socializing with other adults online. It was overwhelming and amazing to see what others have done to create the Second Life for themselves, but the content on this site was definitely more for adults than children. If you're going to allow your child to use Second Life, I would proceed with caution and definitely strong parental supervision. The last stop on my journey was a site called RoBlox. It was recommended by a 9-year-old friend of my daughter, and it was my favorite of the 3 stops I made. It was easy to sign up and download, and there was no charge to do so. On your homepage, you can view your avatar, see the latest in the RoBlox updates, and create a best friend list. Although RoBlox is more of a social game than Minecraft, as a parent of an 11-year-old girl, I love the rules that were posted at the beginning of the game. It shows that the developers of the game are trying to keep it fun and safe for their audience. Just as in other virtual worlds I visited, there was so much to do in RoBlox. You can change your avatar's clothes, hair, and accessories, and while working in the RoBlox world, you can earn money to buy new clothes and accessories for your avatar. You can also spend real money on these things as well. Here is an example of the RoBlox game menu. It was super easy to use. I chose to play in and work in the pizza place. This was quite an experience. One thing I did notice as I was downloading the pizza place game was that there were several ads scattered around the perimeter of the screen. You would need to have a discussion with your child about staying away from those ads so as not to be charged for something you did not want to purchase. The marketing to children is a negative aspect to this site, but there are still many good qualities to RoBlox if you can overlook the ads. The pizza place game was really fun, but I did notice that the other players take the games very seriously. At one point when I was working as a cook and couldn't figure out how to play, other players were telling me to leave because I was messing it up. Again, this would be a reason to monitor your child as they play. Some comments could have been considered hurtful, especially by a child. And my last stop in RoBlox was the developing area. Here you can build houses and villages, or whatever comes to your imagination. What I enjoyed about RoBlox was that building was much easier to do as a new player. It didn't take any time at all to figure out how to start placing blocks in order to build. My virtual journey through these 3 worlds was very interesting to say the least. There were things I liked and didn't like about each of the sites. Minecraft was child friendly and I would be fine letting my own children play this game. There was a fee of $26 to download the game, which was a negative, and as a new inexperienced player, it was difficult to figure out. Having to go from the game to YouTube to watch tutorials was inconvenient, but it does have some educational value and seems generally safe for children. Second Life was the most interesting and easy to use, but in my opinion, not a place for children. This world was mostly a place for socializing with adults in an extremely creative way. RoBlox was my favorite. Although there was an element of marketing to children in the draw to spend money, it was still easy to use, and all of the different worlds, jobs, and games made each visit fun and entertaining. The building, in my opinion, was easier than in Minecraft and therefore more enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed my journey through these virtual worlds and learned a little bit about which ones are best for children to use.